Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that so many of you have asked about. How to make a Brazilian wax, well, less of a medieval torture session and more of a smooth, satisfying experience. I'm going to let you in on the single most important secret that professionals know, and it all comes down to one magic number. The secret isn't some fancy cream or a special breathing technique. It's the exact hair length you need for a virtually painless wax. So, if you're tired of dreading your appointments or getting disappointing results, you're in the right place. Stick around, because we are about to change your waxing game forever. So what's the magic number? It's 1/4 of an inch. That's it, about the length of a grain of rice. This isn't just some random suggestion, it's the golden rule of waxing, and there's some serious science behind it. Let's break down why this specific length is so crucial. When your hair is 1/4 inch long, it's the perfect length for the wax to get a solid grip. Think of it like this: the wax needs something to hold onto to pull the hair out cleanly from the root. If the hair is too short, the wax just kind of skims over the top, unable to grab hold. This leads to a patchy, frustrating result where you still feel stubbly, and your esthetician might have to go over the same spot multiple times. Which is a big no-no for skin irritation. Or even worse, they might have to resort to tweezing, and nobody wants that. On the flip side, what happens if your hair is too long? This is a super common mistake, especially for many people think, more hair, more to grab, better result. Right? Wrong. When the hair is much longer than 1/4 inch, it creates a whole new set of problems. First, it hurts more. A lot more. The wax gets tangled in the longer hair, and instead of a quick, clean pull, it yanks and pulls at the skin, causing unnecessary pain and increasing the risk of hair breakage. Hoing hair breaks at the surface instead of being pulled from the root, you get that prickly feeling back in just a day or two, defeating the whole purpose of waxing. Plus, it's messier and makes the whole process take longer. So, longer is definitely not better. It's all about hitting that sweet spot. So, how do professionals nail this perfect length every single time? Well, experienced estheticians can often eyeball it. They've seen it thousands of times and just know. But for us at home, or for those prepping for an appointment, how do we know what 1/4 inch actually looks like? Let's get visual. Grab a ruler, see that little mark? That's it. It's not very long at all. A good visual cue is to think of a grain of long grain rice, or maybe the length of your eyelashes. It's shorter than you probably think. If your hair is lying flat against your skin, it's likely too short. If it's starting to curl or get bushy, it's probably too long. You want it to be just long enough to stand up a bit from the skin. This brings us to the crucial topic of timing. Knowing the 1/4 inch rule is one thing, but timing your appointments to achieve that length is the real art. This is where understanding your personal hair growth cycle comes into play. Everyone is different, but generally, hair grows about 1/2 inch per month. This means that if you shave, you'll need to wait about 2 to 3 weeks to reach that ideal 1/4 inch length. If you're a regular waxer, your appointments will likely be spaced about 4 to 6 weeks apart. This schedule allows the hair that was in its resting or transitional phase during your last wax to grow out back to that perfect length. Waxing on a consistent schedule trains your hair to grow in a more uniform cycle, which leads to smoother, longer-lasting results and, yes, less pain over time. Now, let's talk about prepping for your appointment. What if you've waited too long and your hair is past the 1/4 inch mark? Don't panic. And definitely don't cancel your appointment. You just need to do a little pre-appointment grooming. The best tool for this is a pair of grooming scissors or an electric trimmer with a guard. If you're using a trimmer, find a guard that corresponds to about 6 mm, which is just under 1/4 inch. Gently trim the area down. Be careful and take your time. The goal is uniformity. Trimming is so much better than shaving because you won't risk going too short. This little bit of prep work will make your esthetician's job easier and your experience infinitely more comfortable. Let us bust a pervasive myth: the idea that longer hair gives the wax a better grip and a cleaner pull. We've touched on this, but it's worth repeating because it's the #1 reason people have painful first-time experiences. The science is simple: wax adheres to hair. When the hair is excessively long, the wax has too much surface area to cover, and the pull is less targeted. Instead of a direct pull from the root, it becomes a pull on a long lever, which causes the hair to bend and break. I've had so many clients come in for their second wax, having trimmed to the right length, and they are absolutely shocked at how much easier it is. One client told me, "My first wax was a 9 on the pain scale. This time, after I trimmed, it was a 3. I can't believe the difference." That's the power of the 1/4 inch rule. So why do so many first-timers get this wrong? It's usually a combination of misinformation and fear. You read online forums, you hear horror stories, and you think you need to prepare by growing it out as much as possible. It's a logical assumption, but it's completely backward. Another reason is the difference between home waxing and professional salon waxing. At-home wax kits are notorious for being less effective. The wax might not be as good, the temperature hard to regulate, and our technique, let's be honest, is not professional. This can lead you to believe you need longer hair for the home kit wax to even work, reinforcing that bad habit. A professional uses high-quality wax and has the technique to remove hair efficiently at that optimal 1/4 inch length, something that's very difficult to replicate on your own, especially in, shall we say, hard-to-reach areas. Okay, let's talk about some extra pro tips to make your experience even better, because length is key, but it's not the only factor. First, a day or two before your appointment, gently exfoliate the area. This removes dead skin cells and helps prevent ingrown hairs. Use a gentle scrub or a dry brush. Second, on the day of your wax, avoid caffeine and alcohol. They are stimulants that can make your skin more sensitive to pain. Instead, drink plenty of water to hydrate your skin from the inside out. Also, try to schedule your appointment for a time when you're not feeling stressed or rushed. Your state of mind really does make a difference. And if you're a woman, try to avoid scheduling your wax for the week right before or during your period, as your skin is naturally more sensitive then. After your appointment, post-wax care is just as important as pre-wax prep. Your skin has just been through a bit of an ordeal, so it needs some TLC. For the first 24 to 48 hours, you want to avoid anything that could irritate the area. That means no hot baths, no saunas, no tight clothing, and no heavy exercise that causes a lot of friction or sweat. Wear loose, cotton underwear and comfortable pants. After that 48-hour window, you can and should start exfoliating again, gently, about 2 to 3 times a week. This is the single best thing you can do to prevent ingrown hairs and keep your skin smooth until your next appointment. Pair that with a good, lightweight, non-comedogenic moisturizer to keep the skin hydrated and healthy. To sum it all up, the secret to a less painful, more effective Brazilian wax is beautifully simple. Get your hair to the perfect 1/4 inch length, not shorter, and definitely not longer. This allows the wax to grip perfectly, pulling the hair cleanly from the root without breaking it or pulling your skin. Time your appointments for every 4 to 6 weeks to sync with your hair growth cycle, and don't be afraid to trim beforehand if you need to. Combine this golden rule with good pre- and post-wax care, like exfoliating and moisturizing, and you will transform your waxing experience. Say goodbye to the dread and hello to feeling smooth, confident, and amazing. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope these tips help you on your journey to a happier wax. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on more beauty secrets. If you have any questions or want to share your own waxing experiences, drop them in the comments below. I love hearing from you all. Until next time, stay smooth and stay beautiful.